Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Raja Umar. Assalamu alaikum, and you are on my channel RU Speaks. Raja Umar speaks for you for the subject of Pakistan Studies 1 and 2 and Global Perspectives. So these days we were talking about the component 1, I mean the history and culture of Pakistan for the last few days, and we have covered the section 1 right from Mughals, Aurangzeb to the languages portion of the section. And again we are also done with the 4 marks questions of all the topics which are covered over here in that section 1. Now what I promised that I will switch back to geography after completing the section 1 of history. Now this is the time that we are done with section 1, and now we are switching back to the geography portion, I mean the environment of Pakistan. Previously we have done the 3 units of geography, I mean the natural topography including drainage, and then we talked about the climate of Pakistan and the water sources. Now the 4th unit is forests of Pakistan. So it is our topic for today. We will not be able to complete the whole of the topic in a single lesson. It might take about 3 or 4 lectures to complete whole of the unit. Anyways, we're going to start with this one. But first of all, do not forget to subscribe my channel RU Speaks. Raja Umar speaks for you, and we are talking about multiple sort of subjects, like we are talking about the history and culture of Pakistan. We are talking about the geography, the environment of Pakistan, and we are also talking about the 3 components of global perspective, that is the written paper and the individual report and the team project. So slowly and gradually we are moving towards all of these things, and we are putting in all our efforts to make you people clear about all of these subjects. So starting with geography, again, that is the unit of forest, and here you can see that I have the presentation with me regarding the subject, that is forests in Pakistan, and we are moving or switching down to the slide number 2. So what are forests? The forest is a complex ecosystem containing mainly of trees that buffer the earth and support a myriad of life forms. So it means that they are really important for the human life, for the animals, for the birds, and for the soil, for the overall climate conditions of the land. So the forestry sector of Pakistan is a main source of timber, paper, fuel, wood, latex, medicines, as well as food. So you can see that in a single bullet point we have explained the uses, or you can say we have talked about the importance of forests over here in Pakistan. So it is used as timber in the construction and furniture industry, paper making industry, fuel in all those areas where the natural gas supply or the coal supply is not there. People are cutting down the trees to burn them for the sake of using them as fuel. So that is used in the paint making industry and in other chemical industries as well, and the medicines, the herbal medicines, and the food as well, the fruit and the other dry fruit we are consuming out of those forests. So this is how you can say that it is the very important sector of Pakistan's economy as well. It provides ecotourism and wildlife conservation purposes. Less than 4% of the land in Pakistan is covered with this forest, and this is the dilemma of us these days, that we are having these severe sort of impacts of climate change because of the having really very less forest over here in Pakistan. So the major types of forest management, as far as the management is concerned, we talk about the productive forest and protective or protection forests, they are known as. In these forests the trees density is quite high, they are thickly grown, and the forest canopy is closed. I mean they are so much thickly grown over here that the forest canopy is closed and the sunshine is unable to reach out the ground most part of the time. Such forests have great commercial value and they are mainly used for extraction of timber and other products. The protection forests or protective forests, these include amenity planting along roads, in parks and along railway lines. I mean, you can simply say that these productive forests, they are natural vegetation but protective forest or protection forest, they are plantation. They are planted by human beings, whether alongside the roads or in parks or alongside the railway lines elsewhere. The protection forests have little commercial value because they do not supply valuable supplies of wood, as they are not meant for cutting down the wood or the cutting down of the trees. But the productive forests, they are meant to cut down and to be used in the industries, as I already explained in the previous slide, that in the paper making industry or in the furniture making industry or in the construction industry. So that they all are productive forests. But the trees or the forests which are grown in parks, alongside the roads, on the green belts or alongside the railway tracks, they are not for the sake of cutting them down, but they are for the sake of the protecting the environment as well. So their main function is to protect the soil and prevent it from eroding or blowing away. So protection in the form of the soil erosion or in the form of the protection of the environment. They keep the environment pleasant by lowering the temperature and providing shade. So here it is the protection of the environment. Over here it is the protection of the soil, and they are not meant for cutting down, so they are known as protection forests. So here we have a table that's showing the total forest area coverage. Over here in Pakistan, total forest area in year 2000, that is the in 1000 hectares, 2,361,000 hectares in Pakistan, and in Asia it is you can say 5,04,180,000 hectares, because keep in mind that do not forget these three zeros. They are 1000. It means that this value is 1000, this value is 1000, and this value is 1000, right? So in each of the data given, whenever you are given such type of table in your exam and three zeros are mentioned over here, you are supposed to put these three zeros with every of the values over here. As if you do not, for example, if it is said that if you get this table in your exams and and the question is that how much area of Asia is covered with forest, and if you do not write these three zeros, or you do not write that 1000 hectares, your answer would be considered wrong, because there is a big difference between 5,04,180 and 5,04,180,000. So there is a big difference in the value. So do not forget to put in these three zeros in front of the values given over there. So the natural forest area in 2000, that is the 1381,000, and 3,75,824,000, and this is the bigger value as well, as if we talk about the whole of the world stats regarding the forest. Then plantation area, the humanly grown, the plantation means that the human beings, they have grown the plants by themselves over there in different areas, as it was said that in parks and in some alongside the roads, they are grown by human beings themselves. So 980,000 hectares in Pakistan, so 1,10,953,000 in Asia, and this value is for 1,86,733,000 hectares around the world. So total dry land area in 1981, that is again in the 1000 hectares. So this much, and you are not supposed to forget putting in the three zeros with each value given over here. So percentage of forest, approximately 3% Pakistan, approximately 20% in Asia, and approximately 29% in the world. So this is total area of Pakistan's 3% is covered with forest, and total area of Asia's 20% is covered with forest, and total area of 29% of the whole of the world is covered with forest. So this is the source from Wikipedia. So factors which are responsible for the growth of forest in Pakistan: land. That what sort of land is there? I mean, if the land is having humus or fertile, or it is clay, or it is alluvium, or it is sandy, or it is loamy, or it is semi-loamy. So whatever the soil type is, the forest type would be different, right? Whatever the soil type is, the forest type will automatically change. I mean, the forest type over there in the mountains is different, so the forest types are different. The soil type is different over there, forests are different. In plain areas, the soil type is different, the forests are different. In plateaus, the soil type is different, the forests are different. In the desert areas, the soil type is different, the forests are different. And in the delta region, the soil is different, land is different, and the forest types are different. So these two are totally different things. Keep in mind, land is flat, rugged, then mountainous. So land factors are different. So let me explain it again, that land is one factor, soil is the other one. They are not the same factor, right? For example, if we talk about land first, if the land is mountainous, plateau, or flat land, the plain, the forest type would be different. And if, as I mentioned, the soil type, if the soil type is loamy, clay, having humus, and alluvial, if the soil type is these ones, the forest type would be different. Climatic conditions: if there is a lot of rainfall, and if there is dry, if there is semi-arid, the climatic conditions are, whatever the climatic conditions are, there are high temperatures, moderate temperatures, or low temperatures, the forest types are different. Altitude, the height. Mountains are at height from the sea level. Forest types are different. The plains, they are quite lower than the mountains. Forest types are different. And if we move towards the sea level, we find the mangroves over there. So this is how these are the factors which are responsible for the growth of forests in Pakistan, and these are known as really very important factors, and the growth of forests depend on these. So province-wise distribution of forests, I believe if you get this particular table, and that we haven't seen such type of table in the past papers previously, so I'm just skipping it out. So forest or natural resource, types of forests in Pakistan. So here you can see the alpines at the highest, I mean at about 4,000 meters above the sea level, on the highest mountains just below the snow line in the Karakoram range or in the top Hindu Kush range. Then the conifers, they are from 3,000 meters to 4,500 meters. They are in the Himalayan region. They are in the Karakoram region and Hindu Kush region, and irrigated plantation that is alongside the rivers and in certain areas of Punjab like Changamanga or Chichawatni in Sahiwal. Then riverine or Bela forest, the forests which grow alongside the rivers naturally most of the time, and they are irrigated through that the water of that river, and mostly it is in the Sindh province alongside river Indus, close to Sakhar Barrage and downstream in the Khairpur and Nawab Shah regions. And mangroves, they are in the Indus Delta region, just at the mouth of the river, down at the bottom, close to the Arabian Sea, when Indus River is close to the to be falling into the Arabian Sea. So these are the forest types which are mainly available in Pakistan, and here you can see the heights, that how the in different areas the forests are grown differently. So the yellow patches, that is the agricultural land. You are supposed to go to the key over here, and the gray color is the snowy area up over there. And then over here, if I zoom it up a bit, I will be able to read it out, that the black ones, the water bodies, I mean the rivers, they all are flowing over here. They are shaded as black. And forests, conifers, the green, dark green colors, and the mangrove forests are down at the bottom. This color, mangrove forest. And then the riverine forests, dark colored. Here you can see the riverine forest alongside in Indus River, all riverine. And then we have the barren land. You can see whole, this one is the barren land, might be having some cactus over there or some dry sort of trees, and might be having the date palm trees over here in this region, Turbat, and closer to Gawada region, or up over here in this region closer to Sakhar Barrage, might be having the date palm trees over there. So this is how the spread of the forest over here in different parts of Pakistan. So importance of forest for Pakistan. So that is really very important question. Most of the time we see this question in Cambridge exams. Forests provide multiple benefits to environment, people and animals. The list of benefits is as follows. Number 1, forests cool the air temperature. So this is the by release of water vapors into the air, lowering down the temperatures in any of the areas where the thick forests are grown. At daytime, trees generate oxygen. Very important factor it is that they clean the environment and they generate oxygen during the daytime, which is really very much needed for the human beings and other animals. And they store carbon dioxide. They inhale carbon dioxide and they exhale oxygen. That is factor of cleaning the air. Forests attract wildlife and offer food and protection to them. Forests offer privacy, reduce light reflection, offer a sound barrier, and help guide wind direction and speed. Trees offer artistic functions such as creating a background, framing a view, and complementing architecture and so on. I mean, people use photography over there or making movies over there in those forests which are presented to the people for the sake of developing the entertainment industry. So well managed forests supply high quality water with less impurity than water from other sources. Some forests raise total water stream, but this is not true for all forests. Forests help in controlling the level of floods, they are a greater sort of hurdle or hindrance in the way of water, and they prevent flooding. Forest provides different kinds of wood which is used for different purposes like making of furniture, paper and pencils and so on. And in Pakistan, another very important factor, that is the sports goods industry, which is related to the wood based industry. You can say that that is related to the forest as well. Forests help in giving the direction of wind and its speed. Forests help in keeping environment healthy and beautiful. Forests also minimize noise pollution. Forests help in the scientists to invent new medicines, as forest has different kinds of plants and herbs, and even their extracts, they are really very important. Importance of forests continuing. Nature provides balance between the carbon dioxide and oxygen. Forest trees help in bringing sufficient rainfall on earth, as the water vapors they get condensed, which come through the evapotranspiration from the forest. Forests also help in conserving the soil. I mean, they prevent soil erosion. They prevent soil erosion. So it means that they do not allow the soil to get eroded and to become silt and to settle down at the bottoms of the dams and canals and to choke them. So it means that they are really very helpful by preventing that siltation in dams and canals. Forests provide habitat to wildlife and help their preservation. It provides food, medicinal herbs as well as other satisfactory requirements to fulfill our needs. Uses of forest. The forests in Pakistan are main source of timber, paper, fuel, wood, latex, medicines as well as human and animal food. Other minor products include resin, a fluid in tissues of chewed pine plants that become solid on exposure to the air, and mazri, used for making baskets. I mean, longer leaves or even the bark of the tree that is used to make baskets and other sort of products. The forest also provide the ecotourism and wildlife conservation purposes. Forests have also been planted in some areas like Thal Desert to avoid soil erosion and further desertification. River rain zone along the river Indus have been managed to avoid excessive flooding in south, very especially in the Sindh province. So types of forests. Alpine forest, as I told you, that they are right at the top in the Karakoram region or in the Himalayan region at the highest mountains. I mean, the range is of about, you can say, 5,000 meters. So 4,500 to 5,000 meters. These are open evergreen forest with open scrub undergrowth. Both conifers and broad-leaved species are present. This type occurs on the inner range throughout their length and are mainly represented to the northwest. Dry zone, deodar. So these are the types now, deodar and then chalgoza are main species. Higher up, blue pine communities occur, and in the driest inner tracts, forests of blue pine, junipers and some abel, shupa, shar and some other species. These are the botanical names of the plants given in some botanical you can say names. They're what we call the binomial nomenclature, two names given to one species. That is the, for example, in Gilgit area they are found in abundance. Then subalpine forest, evergreen conifers and mainly evergreen broadleaf trees occur in relatively low open canopy, usually with a deciduous shrubby undergrowth of these ones. Again, guch, then bed, willow bed, etc. The types occurs throughout the Himalayan from about 3,550 meters to the timber limit. So again, these are the botanical names. Birch and budge are the typical tree species. High level blue pine may occur on landslips and as a secondary sere on burn areas or abandoned clearings. So brass chahan occurs in the understory, but do not form extensive communities as they do not in the central and eastern Himalayas. Dwarf junipers are often abundant in those areas. So Himalayan region, this one was in the upper Karakoram and upper Himalayan region and in the Hindu Kush region. Then alpine scrubs. Under this type are included shrub formations that 1 meter to 2 meter high, extending 150 meters or more above the subalpine forest. The characteristic genre are Salix, then Sumbal, then junipers and Ephedra, Asmania. So these are the forest types which are available in the alpine scrubs. So here you can see the picture that is showing the alpine forest, and you can see the snow capped mountains at the back. So it means that they are at the highest region. I mean they are in the region that beyond that there is the snow line, and there are no forests beyond alpines. So they are at the highest levels. Deodar coniferous, here you can see a deodar tree over here grown in some area. Again, a huge tree it is. Types of forest, species and locations. The coniferous forest, now we were talking about the alpines previously. Now they occur from 1000 to 4000 meters altitudes above the sea level. And Chitral, Swat, Upper Dir and Lower Dir, Malakand, Mansehra and Abbottabad districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Azad Kashmir and Islamabad districts of the Punjab are the main areas covered with coniferous forest. Islamabad is not part of Punjab, one very important thing to mention over here. So the types, so in all these areas, right from here to here, right, Chitral, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Hindu Kush range, Swat, Himalayan region, then the Upper Dir, Hindu Kush range, and the Lower Dir again, Hindu Kush range, Malakand, part of Himalayas and merger of Himalayas and Hindu Kush range, Mansehra and Abbottabad, purely Himalayan region, districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Azad Kashmir and Islamabad, purely Himalayan region. Up Punjab, they all are covered with the coniferous forest. Silver fir, spruce, deodar, blue pine, cheed pine are the most common varieties. They are available over here in these areas just mentioned over here. The coniferous forest also occur in Balochistan hills. Chalgoza pine and juniper are the two most common species which are grown in the northern Balochistan, Quetta Valley and the surrounding areas. Coniferous forest, and here you can see that they are not at the foothills of the snowy sort of mountains. You can see that the snowy mountains are over here at the background. So it means that alpines would be there and conifers are here, right? So types of forest, species and location, again the subtropical dry forest, they are found in the Attak, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, Jhelum, Gujarat districts of Punjab, and in the Mansehra, Abbottabad, Mardan, Peshawar and Kohat districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa up to a height of 1000 meters. That is the maximum. Mostly they are from 600 to 1000 meters. In Balochistan, they are confined to the Suleiman Mountains. I mean, Suleiman Mountains is the bordering mountain between Punjab and Balochistan. So on the Balochistan side of the Suleiman range, you will find this type of subtropical dry forest in Balochistan region. And dominant tree species are Phalai, Kahu and Hawkbush. So these are the three major types. They are a bit drier sort of forest in comparison with the conifers and alpines. The tropical thorn forests are dominated by xylophytic scrubs. They are most widespread in Punjab plains, but also occupy small areas in southern Sindh and western Balochistan as well. They are mainly used for grazing purposes, watersheds protection, and fuel wood. Common species are Van, Kejri, Care, etc. So these are the forest types which are known as the subtropical thorn forest, and they are available in the larger part of the Punjab province, the Indus Plain and the lower Indus Plain in Sindh province, and in the western parts of Balochistan. So they are mostly for the grazing purposes for the animals. Subtropical dry forest, Rakh, Tali, very famous plant what we call Tali is over here. So types of forest continuing. The irrigated plantation was first developed in 1866 at Changamanga near Lahore. Today they occupy about 2,26,000 hectares. Shisham, mulberry, babool and species of eucalyptus and populus are the common tree species grown in the irrigated plantation. So here is the Changamanga, and this particular train was developed over there by the British to have the forest locomotives. They used to carry the wood from there as they were using in the industry. Types of forest continuing. The riverine forests grow in the narrow belts along the banks of river Indus and its tributaries. They are more commonly found in Sindh province and to some extent in the Punjab. Babool, Shisham and Tamarax diosa are the common species. Kejri and populus eucalyptus trees, they are found in these areas. They are mainly used for timber, right? I mean wood used for the certain purposes as already explained, for making paper or for sports goods or for the furniture and construction industry. So Changamanga, many go to Changamanga jungle for picnics and merrymaking, but hardly few know that they are visiting one of the largest irrigated and planned forests of the world. Located some 70 kilometers south of Lahore in the Chuniya district, the forest covers an area of 5,000 hectares, 12,510 acres, and is one of the largest of its kind. The planting and irrigation of it took place in the 19th century in the era of the British due to the need for timber for the Indian railway network. Today, it is the source of significant revenue for the state coffers. The thickly wooded forest is also a popular recreational or picnic area. Most of the trees belong to the family of species such as kikar and mulberry. So these are the common types. Parts of the forest have now been developed into a park with a railroad which gives the visitors a 5-kilometer ride on a miniature train through the forest. There is also a lake called Lunar Lake where boating is possible. There is a lake called Lunar Lake where the boating is commonly present and people can enjoy over there. So riverine or Bela forest, here are the pictures. You can see that they are alongside the river. They are quite thickly grown over here, but they are natural. So mangrove forest. The mangrove wetlands are located in the Indus River Delta, where saltwater wetlands are located on the coast of Balochistan such as Sonmiani and Jiwani. These support mangrove forestry mainly for species. These are the botanical names again, and really very much difficult. And we can find out the meanings out of marina means that marine, I mean close to the sea or ocean, as well as bamboo species and marsh grasses of Apluda and Centrus. So these are the forest types which are grown in the mangrove forest at the Indus Delta region down in south. So mangrove forests in Pakistan, so Indus for All program sites. Here you can see that this region is the, let me change the color as it is already red over there. So this region is the mangrove forest. You can see that whole of this red shaded region, these are the Arabian Sea wetlands and all these areas, they are having the deltaic activity and having the mangrove forest over there in that region. So the mangroves, they survive in salt water as they have certain features in them. Mangroves have special features which protect them from salt. Some mangroves are able to filter most of the salts out as they take water in through their roots. I mean, there are certain sort of filters in God gifted installed in the roots that they filter out the salts and they do not allow the salts to enter the plant body through roots, but the salts are screened out over there. Some concentrate extra salts in old leaves. Old leaves are meant for storing the excessive salts in them, and then those old leaves, they shed off, the salts are released. They are no more part of the plant body, which turn yellow and die. And some are able to get rid of the salt through the pores on leaves or special glands, what we call through the process of evapotranspiration. So mangroves can also grow in fresh water, but they have almost no competition in salt water because so few plants can grow over there. So this is the source from Wikipedia, that what is meant by the mangrove forest and how they are able to survive in the salt water. So here you can see the picture given over here, that these are grown over there in that water and they are surviving over there. So that is the delta region. Okay, so I guess I should stop over here because the lesson is getting quite lengthy. Now I am moving on to the paper over here. This was the paper of May, June, and not May, June, but October, November 2024. November 2024. I mean, this is the latest paper available online. And you can see that study figures 1.2, 1.3, the insert photographs of two different types of forests in Pakistan using figures 1.2 and 1.3 only. I mean, you are not supposed to go out of the picture. Whatever is shown over there in that picture, you are supposed to explain that one only. Identify two differences between the forest type. Now going to the, over here you can see this is one and the other ones are the same one, the mangrove forest. So you are supposed to look at these pictures and you are supposed to give two differences. Number one, these ones are taller. For example, one thing I should write, that the figure 1.2 forests are taller than the forest shown in figure 1.3. Second, 1.2 forests are grown on solid land, while 1.3 forests are grown in water. You will not name them, that whether they are the mangrove forest or they are the conifers or the alpines. No, you are supposed to just give the differences in this way, right? So two differences you are supposed to give. And then explain two physical factors that can affect the distribution of forests in Pakistan, and we have talked about those four: soil, altitude, climate, land. So these were the four factors we discussed in that slide. So you are supposed to write any two: soil, climate, altitude, land. You are supposed to talk about any two over here to explain, and you are supposed to develop the answer. You are supposed to explain then how they are the factors towards the distribution of the forest in Pakistan. Describe the importance of forests to Pakistan. We have just discussed that they are providing us with oxygen, they are providing us with food, they are providing us the shelter to the animals, habitat, and many others. Flooding, preventing soil erosion. So any two you are supposed to mention over here to gain these 2 marks. So deforestation, ruthless cutting of trees. That is known as deforestation. Definition, 1 mark for it. State 3 effects. So we will discuss this particular question when we will move forward towards the issues related to the forest. As we have not discussed the deforestation factor over there in our presentation, that's why we're not going to discuss it over here. But still, you are supposed to be talking about the effects, not the causes. 3 effects, that what would happen if the trees would not be there. So 3 effects to be explained over here for the sake of 3 marks. Not explained, just mention. You are just supposed to state. So these keywords or the glossary of terms are really very important for you to learn. So read the following 2 methods to improve sustainability of forests in Pakistan. This is the 6 marks question. So we will discuss them regarding when we discuss the sustainability of the forest. And this is all about from my side today. And we will discuss the further points related to this one. I mean, we will talk about the advantages of mangrove forest for us, and then we will talk about the deforestation. Here we have the topic with us, causes of deforestation, and then there are certain effects. So here we have the effects, the question we had over there in that one, to write 3 effects of deforestation. How we can stop deforestation, I mean to preventing, again the factor is 3C formula, as I already explained. Yes, causes, consequences and control. We are supposed to give the control of that issue as well. Solution of deforestation, and then certain questions related to this one, and certain types are given. This is how we will move on in this particular presentation afterwards, and we will discuss the factor of deforestation in the next lesson. So up till now, this is all over from my side. Do not forget to subscribe, watch, like, share and comment on my videos, and thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.